What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Unreal Engine 5 game development live stream where we're back in our Deck Knight project. Game built from scratch using Unreal Engine 5, blueprints, the gameplay ability system plugin, C++, all of that good stuff. So today we're going to be working now, because we did a lot of work on our hard energy attribute set and trying to get some edge cases on how we want to develop the mechanics and the approach to how we want to do this card energy. So I think we made it to the point where we can start working on the UI, just get some basic UI going that will represent the card energy that you have. And I'm kind of going towards the approach that we have kind of outlined in our design doc here. Hey, thanks for the subscription there, Sonali Danada, or Sonali Danad 94. Born 1994, probably a good year. So I want to kind of go, for now I'll go like the circle approach, but maybe diamonds will be better, but also go in the first Berserker Kazan route, at least having it front and center in the center of the UI. Look at that sexy shirt. Thanks, man. It's colorful. I think that's about it. It might be cultural appropriation. I don't know. But it's nice. So we're going to work on this UI today. So let's get started. So off stream, I was working to create an attribute IM GUI. So we have some debug stuff here. You guys can't see it maybe too well, but it allows me to monitor my attributes and things like that. So instead of typing in those console commands all the time, I have an IM GUI to do it, and I could just monitor everything, and I can modify it at runtime if I wanted to. So I'm going to be having this on screen a lot. I'll have to update it to make sure that it's toggleable in terms of visibility, because right now it's always visible unless I hit X, and then there's no way to get it back until I restart. So, setting that up will be something else I'll do off stream. But so for now, we're going to be working on our UI. So I don't know if I should, part of me understands that I should probably make like a view model and do the view model approach, or at least try to do the view model approach. But for now, I'm going to just do it clean and dirty just to get it available, and then we'll worry about making it better later. So we're going to go into our UI tab. We got game, abilities, we got card, but we got generally our player UI. We have card field, we have nameplate, we have stamina, we have main. So I think under player, I'm going to just have because I think having a view model will probably be good too later down the line, because I might have different UIs for it. Hey, Barcode Lab, good afternoon. Good afternoon to you as well. Hope all is good. So let's make a new folder. We'll call it Card Energy. And we'll right click. We'll go to User Interface. We'll go to Widget Blueprint. We'll just do a user print. So WBP underscore Card Energy. Maybe that's a good enough one. Card Energy. And this card energy for now, like I said, it's going to be representative of it's not a sphere, but a circle. So I'm hoping I can use a circle for a progress bar here. As a general, we will need to do a progress bar. And we can make it like a yellowish gold, orangey color, I think is good. And yeah, we'll do an example progress bar, but it is going to be from bottom to top. Probably going to have to be a mask of some kind, but yeah, under style. That's, I think, where we'll need to kind of try to work in the circular shape. So I think I have some textures I can use. We'll try to find out. So Barcode Lab, I tried Unreal Engine. I made a simple project in it, but since I am a web developer, I'm getting that much time playing around with that engine. Unreal Engine is a big engine. It has a lot of features in it, so don't feel too bad if you feel things are kind of going slower, things are kind of simple. I've been working with this engine for like a decade, and I'm still learning stuff. I'm always relearning stuff. So do the best you can. That's all anyone could ever do. So for a background image, I'm sure we'll need a background image, maybe kind of like an embeveled kind of circular shape. So let me just see if I have some sort of circle mask texture. So I have nothing great. I have like a circle mask that looks like that. And obviously box, but we'll change that to image. And, yeah, you see that doesn't look too good. But do I have anything for circle? I have white circle. Nice. Draw as image. Oop. Yeah, border doesn't do. Border looks interesting. So yeah, image, tiling, no tile. Fill image, I would imagine it's a similar thing. So yeah, it doesn't look too great. Hey, we got ourselves a kitty. Hey, kitty. So yeah, I'm guessing because I'm using a texture, not material that masks it, that's why we're getting this kind of weird, not weird shape, but like bad texture. Let's see if we can get the cat up here. Oh, yay. I don't know how well you can see where the kitty is, but she's about to join in on the fun. There we go. I hope she doesn't drink my water. It's spicy water. Now we're gonna get distracted for like 10 minutes minimum. So yeah, let's look. We do have a material, so I don't know if it's compatible. Okay, it looks compatible. Hey. All right, we're gonna get distracted by cat. She gets kisses and smooches, of course. But I don't know if there's any space for her to go anywhere. This desk is kind of crowded. Yeah, we need to scale down the shape as well. So image size would definitely be smaller, 64 by 64. Seems like a decent start. Who knows if it's too small. But yeah, I think I have to wrap this. I think I have to wrap this with, I don't know, canvas file is my first idea, but maybe just overlay. And we expand it. Like that, and then I think the overlay is fine, but I guess I have to change this to custom. And yeah, 100 by 100. I think this could be the 64 by 64. This might be, you know, too small, honestly, but you just have to get it on screen as quickly as possible and see how it looks. So honestly, we don't want the background to be white. Oh, okay, the kitty is almost rolling off the desk. I need to get like a kitty camera so you guys can see what she's doing. She's being really cute. Yeah, right, booby. Okay. So we definitely want this as like a black background. But obviously not fully transparent like I said it. Well, maybe like a 0.2. I think that can work. I think it probably needs to have know, a better texture down the line, like a better like frame around it. Because when I draw a bunch of these and some of them are just kind of empty, I think they're going to be hard to see. But it's a start. You gotta start somewhere. So now let's make another widget called WBP underscore card energy container. And this will just be a container. Like a horizontal container, I should say. Or horizontal box. That holds this stuff. So if I plop a card energy in there, that's kind of how it looks by default. So I think, again, we're going to have to set it to custom. So height will be 64. Width can be like 1,000 or something. So we don't want it to fill, and we want it to kind of just be like that. Oh, no, that seems wrong. Getting distracted by the cat. Hey, Vinny, how's it going? I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Yeah, doing some UI today. We're going to be basically visualizing our card energy resource now that we kind of have the attribute set behaving as we want. Obviously, there's going to be some stuff to adjust, but for now, I think it's at a state where we could just start implementing it. Yeah, so I think, man, oh, the cat is going crazy. Ah, oh no, she's attacking my hand, and now licking my hand, and then attacking it again. Lola. All right, yeah, say goodbye to the kitty. Ah. Better have to let her out. We managed to escape unscathed. So maybe we have to start with the canvas panel. I'll just do fill screen, and then we can just have the horizontal box. Potentially we have to just size it to content. We kind of just have to see what this looks like. And then I think we just have to do that. I feel like that looks wrong. Let's add 2 card energies just to see how they look side by side. See, they look a little wide. And sizing the content doesn't really... doesn't really get the results that I want. If I just paste the bar, I don't really get any noticeable differences there. Today I'm working on a Slate code test, offline task, chilling to some of the playlists you recommended. Nice! Very cool. Oh, if I just, again, let me just put this in a canvas panel. Let me just fill screen as well and paste. Make this 64 by 64, maybe even just size the content. So I think that's the potential problem. Sizing the content doesn't really give me 64 by 64. I'm not sure why. Image size is being drawn to 64 to 64. but okay. And if I do it like this, okay. Seems better. Honestly, not perfect. Probably need some spacing in there too. So let's now go into our main. So our card field is in there. So honestly, yeah, this is also not that great. Because it's drawing over everything, at least in the preview and everything. So I wonder if the card field should be handled elsewhere. Probably. So let's add our card energy container. Let's drop it somewhere kind of in the center. Let's just see what that looks like in game. Yeah, not great. But it's something. Should definitely be lower. I'm still on 5.5. My PC can't handle 2 versions at once. Yeah, true. My PC just is, it's trying. Yeah, this definitely needs to be lower. And probably smaller. Probably this can be a little more opaque. Again, I'm not looking too much for art. It looks pseudo-readable, at the bottom. Like the visibility, I think, will kind of come from... It's like, this is how it looks like in First Berserker, for example. Where did that go? Why did I download that? I didn't want to download that. You have these containers, and it's kind of just here. So, like, I feel like they have some sort of, like, outline drop shadow or something. Are you streaming on Epic quality? Probably. I forget where you can change that. Ah. Yeah. Yeah, I'm on Epic. You can always go to like high. And maybe that'll make things a little bit better. But yeah, I gotta figure out how to make card energy somewhat readable. Like maybe it needs some spacing and like some unique behaviors to it and things like that. For some reason, am I dealing damage to myself? Oh no. Okay. I'm getting the damage number because I'm pressing space and I'm dealing damage to myself with the debug thing. It's kind of funny. Let's get rid of that debug for now. Now I shouldn't be dealing any damage to myself. Yeah, all good. So, like, I feel like the idea of having, like the health and stuff on the top left, like, I feel like the card energy stuff should be included in with like the nameplate stuff that's on the top left, the health bar. And I don't know if we really truly need this mana, energy resource, and stuff, the stamina. But it definitely should be included. Let's look at Ghost of Tsushima UI. Down here, this one. Can I get just the image, please? Yeah. So they are literally kind of just circles above the health bar, you know? And there is some like gradient color in the texture of the progress bar and everything like that. But, you know, maybe it doesn't have to be as complicated as it seems. But maybe let's remove it from here. Let's get the card energy like 0.8. Let's find the nameplate. And we have the card energy container. You know, maybe it could exist like, you know, down here somewhere, right? So then it's up there. Like, obviously, also probably problematic to have it up there. Like the nameplate in general. Like maybe lower left is better. I'm not 100% sure. Because like maybe it would be better if it was in the bottom left, and then on the top left, it's like your active cards that you can like kind of preview what's currently being played and used. I wish we had good Udemy courses on material-based UI. Yeah, I agree. UI is like one of many of my weak points, you know. Especially the art side of it. I don't really know of any good means to create UI art and texturing and stuff like that. So yeah, I wonder, like, does the health need to be numerically represented for one? I don't know. Can I maybe put this on top of this? Does it look better, worse? Probably hard to read or understand what it's supposed to be and what it represents. Do I need the character picture? I don't know. Can the numbers of the health be next to it rather than on top of it, for example? And then these can go on top of it. No, I don't know. So let's say, for the sake of example, like, can the numbers be overlaying the health bar? So if we open up player health, can this, rather than being a vertical box, be in... can I move this? For some reason, I can't move this. That's weird. Oh, it's locked. That's why. Silly me. So if it were to be overlaid like that, for example, and we go into the nameplate like that, is that better? Is that worse? Hard to tell. If we don't need the stamina bar, for example. Why is that? Oh. I don't know. Let's make it collapsed. That doesn't look right. Can I just say hidden? Will that still be bad? Yeah. So something like that, okay. And then, for example, player health can be moved back up, but then put below. So it's like underneath it. And then we have the card energy stuff above. And can the card energy be again? Maybe I can make these higher resolution. But then this would be like 24. I'd have to adjust them again. Maybe like a value of 30 or 28 or something. That. So they're like kind of drawn like that on the top left. And then maybe then I can move this stuff down here. And so then you have that stuff readable down there. Pretty Ghost of Tsushima style, but maybe that's okay. Definitely should be spacing in between, a padding in between. But it could work. Then you would have to go in here, you know, and I would also have to have some representation of your card resource value in here, so you can kind of just see what you have and what you can play. I think it's a decent approach to start, you know. So let's leave it to that. So let's also include, let's anchor this now to the bottom left. Now in our card container, we have the horizontal box. But I believe, yeah, it's within here. We would need to add padding and stuff like that. So let's draw now things for real. So we would need to get the owning player. Is valid. Then we could do the get ability system component. Put that to a variable, owning ASC. It's valid. And then we can kind of continue. You like the character portrait? I kind of like it too, but I don't know. Like, it would be cool if it, like, we eventually make it interactive, like, you know, Doom style, old school Doom style, where if you're low on health, it would, like, have a, you know, different, you know, face, I guess. Is it dynamic in Hearthstone? Oh yeah, you just said what I was thinking too. Currently, no. It would be interesting to add, but for now it's just static. It takes a snapshot of what the character looks like though. So it is 1-to-1 what it is, but we could probably update that and replace it, you know. But we'll see. But we'll get the owning player. Now we're going to say listen attribute or just attribute. Wait for attribute change. So we're gonna say max. That's maximum card XP. So maximum card energy. Let's just print string this. I just want to see. Don't get anything. So we just need to do something on begin play as well. Custom event. We're gonna say update maximum card energy slots. We'll call it. Say update max card energy slots. Let's pass it a float. New. So new maximum. We'll say new maximum. I think it's good enough. And then what we'll say here at the top, we'll say with the owning pawn. I guess we can make this a variable and store it. Oh, owning pawn. Well, it's I guess a player controller, so maybe that's not what I want. So get owning player pawn. Owning pawn. Wham bam. Let me say get float attribute. I'm gonna say max. Keep picking max card energy XP. That. This past week I've worked on porting Gasp and an instance of C++ school to be more portable across projects. I kind of felt like in-air and transitions are kind of odd, or is it just me? When you say in-air transitions, do you just mean the jump transitions and like the landing transitions? Yeah, like the landing is kind of soft. Or even non-existent, I don't know. Just air movement, like the falling and stuff, you know, he's just, you know, oh. Yeah. Okay. So I want to do a for loop. This has to be an integer. For loop. So from 0 to this minus 1. For each of these, we're going to create widget. We're going to go get owning player, pass that through. Gonna do card energy. True. Jump animation. No, I mean, yeah, in-air is kind of wonky. It's kind of hard to get those right, you know, without it looking kind of silly and kind of seeing the loop within it. Let's look real quick. Someone on their Discord is asking a little bit about enhanced input stuff. So I know there's like input released task. Yeah, wait input release. How does this work exactly? So on activate. Yeah. I see. So as a generic replicated event, input release, it gets the ability spec handle. Okay, yeah. So it's not as good as you'd think it would be. I gotta make this container. So guard energy container variable and style to horizontal box content. And there should be like a padding option, right? Set padding. Make margin. And I think just to the right, we want to make it 10 or something. So let's see. Do we get things drawn? Yes, we do. Well, maybe 10 is too far. We could try 5. That seems better. And yeah, honestly, with the card energy itself, it should be empty, quote unquote empty by default, which means 0 in the progress. Oh, it scales like, but yeah, we want mask. Ooh. Wonder, can I add the circle as part of the marquee image and see what it does? Oh, that's interesting. That's doing some wonky stuff. Let's not draw anything. None, thank you. And oh, there is border padding. But maybe that can give the illusion of. Well, I guess border padding doesn't really work with circles, huh? So let's set that to 0 by default. So now we got like little circles here. We got the padding, everything kind of is working there. Then I have to check basically which one's the fill to automatically fill up the full progress. So I would have to say, well, I probably need a helper in here. Function, so set card energy XP progress. This could be a float in XP. Progress bar, let's just name that variable. So card energy XP bar. Should be like a set percentage. And we'll work with the assumption that we're going to pass it in as a percentage. So I should, well, I guess I can also, I don't know if I'll need to track, can I say get children as an array? Get all children, yeah, okay, so I don't think I need to store it separately. Maybe I can also, so maybe I would need the value, but let's try it this way. So get float attribute, current card energy. So I think I would have to say, you know, is this to equal to this minus 1? No, I would have to say what? I guess I would have to say this plus 1. Is this less than or equal to that? And if it's true, we can set progress bar to 1. Let's see if that makes sense. Does not. What happens? Let's look. So we go bam. So the maximum is 5. So we check this. It says, hey. So 0 plus 1. So what? Is it because of whatever? So let's look here. Why is this saying 0? Let me just do some print strings, of course. So let's loop that body. We should see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If we didn't breakpoint. We're seeing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Checks out. Now, if I print out this number, I am getting 0. So what is my current energy? So my current energy is 0. Okay. So that actually checks out. All right, we got someone on Kick that we want to ban. Like, honestly, like every single time I stream to Kick, I'm like, I want to stop streaming to Kick. It's kind of shit, honestly. So that all checks out. Now, we could, we then need to also wait for attribute change. Current card energy. So we would have to do a check to see if the new value is greater than the old value, for example. And then what we would have to do is get the container, get children, get the new value, do an is valid check. So we would have to do new value minus 1, I believe, because everything starts at 0. And then we would say, I don't want to promote this yet. We probably have to promote something to a variable to track like the currently active energy slot. Hey, Mr. Adele from YouTube, how you doing? We can probably set progress bar. Okay, so the children is just a general widget thing, so I'm gonna have to cast to card energy. Set progress to 1. So now we wait we're gonna monitor our thing. We should get a full progress bar now. And we didn't. Awesome. We're really on a roll, guys. So we should get here at some point. So let's wait and see. So 80, 90. Yeah, so current card energy is not being fired off. Is it because it's get owning player? Probably. So let's take out pawn, the player, and put in pawn instead. Let's try it one more time. You make tutorial? I'm known to make tutorials, yes, but currently not making a tutorial. We're just working on a project. So this one worked. We got the second energy to be the first energy, now the second. So it's not exactly stamina regen. This is like our card energy resource. It's similar to Spirit or Resolve. Those are our references. So Spirit, I think, is what's from First Berserker Kazan, and Resolve is what we see in Ghost of Tsushima. So this is the energy and the resources that you use to then spend to play cards. And so when you activate these cards, those are those abilities that you can activate. So kind of like stamina, it's the same idea. So yeah, we're able to passively regen all of them, which is great. But now, I don't know why this breakpoint was never getting hit. Different problem for a different day, I think. So now I think I also need to. I think I should separate these things out into their own little sections here where I'm monitoring different things, you know? How can I change Blueprint to this form? Not sure what form you're referring to. I do have plugins enabled called, what are they called? Darker nodes and electronic nodes. So you can check those out. So I'll write them in chat. Darker nodes. Electronic nodes. They're not free, I don't think. So just be wary of that. So custom event. Wait for maximum card energy change. Now let's do this. And do the same thing for this. Custom event. Wait for our current card energy change. So I know I need to get the current, what's the word? Current card energy slot that I want to be working with, because I'll need to be updating the progress bar as I'm gaining the XP. So let me just make sure I do wait for max, wait for current. So yeah, there's update maximum card slots. So what I think I need to do, I need to first update the maximum card slots, and then after this is done, I need to initialize current card energy slot. I think. So initialize current card energy slot. So what that means is like I need to kind of store which one I'm working with. So I can say similar to this, I can get that. Grab this. So my current card energy minus, I have to do some, let me truncate it first. Now -1 or subtract -1. Go to here. Make sure it's valid. Yeah, so current card energy slot. And then what I can do is make another custom event. Wait for current card energy XP change. Grab this, grab that. So I need to do current card energy XP. So let's just type in XP. That. And then at that moment, I don't think, maybe I should store it, but probably, maybe I should, but I'm not going to at the moment. So we're gonna get new value. We're gonna, can we safe divide? By the max current card energy. We gotta do max XP. And then we need to get current card energy slot. Cast to card energy. So the fact that I'm having to cast every change is probably not the best. Maybe I could do it up here instead. Cast to card energy. Grab that card energy slot. So now I don't have to cast all the time. I should just be able to say, hey, is this valid? So I could just do validated get. And then set XP progress. And I set it to that number. And now I can wait for current XP change. And so in theory, we should see this progress bar go up slowly. So in theory, I'm wrong. But hopefully it will fill up. Okay, so we got that, but let's see what we're getting here. Okay, so this is not valid. So, okay. So what happens here? I guess that's hard to tell. Okay, so that's probably my problem because I'm saying current card energy is probably going to be maximum card energy. No, it's going to be, so it has to be +1. Because, well, no. So if I, yeah, it should be. Yeah, how should I do this? I guess that's the first question. So I initialize everything. I have I have 5 max energy, right? So I should get my current card energy is 0. Right. So if I want to get this index, I don't think it has, it's not like if I do +1, I think that'll work for the first one. Because yeah, then I get 0. And then I get that one. No, but that should be that one. Yes. So it's passively increasing, but then it fills up again. So what has to happen is when our current card energy gets here, we would say we would have to set our current energy slot to something else, right? So I would cast a card energy. Just grab the normal truncated value. We can just double check to make sure it's valid, of course. Do something like that. Do something like that. So I think this would work. So, we have it passively increasing. And now, yeah, we're going to 2. The cast node itself is valid checking. But yeah, that's good to know. So it definitely seems redundant. Felt redundant. Thanks for pointing that out. So, might as well, yeah, we can nuke it. And we can nuke it elsewhere because I think I'm doing it twice. Thanks for the call out. I don't think I'm doing it anywhere else. So now we have our passive, but one thing I want to check is if it'll instantiate correctly when I do have current resource. So I have an attribute emitter for resources. Let's set my current one to 3. And let's play. Do I have 3 filled? I don't. Awesome. So we go and update our slots. So here, where am I doing? So I'm saying, is this index +1 less than or equal to? Let me just do a print string. I'm guessing I'm gonna get all falses, right? Yeah, false, 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 false. But why is that? Me wonder. Let us. I don't know. Is it because I'm not properly truncating it? So convert to integer, truncate, pass it that way. Let's just be sure. Yeah, still wrong. What is this value? I should say 3. So it's 0. So yeah, did I not instantiate this emitter correctly? Oh, it's card energy XP. Oh my god. But also, current card energy at the top here is 2. So is that not initializing correctly? I just want to see if order matters. Order does matter. I don't like that. Yeah, thanks. I started working on IM GUI stuff. On the real reels, I use a lot of ChatGPT to help me with this one, but I knew exactly what I kind of wanted, so you're able to kind of monitor all these attributes at runtime. You can right-click on it and look at the history. Of each one, if you wanted to. Current card XP probably have a bunch of it in there, so you can kind of just look at how things are being modified and stuff. So I think it's gonna be super useful. I'll need to more generalize the window so that I can add more debug windows into it and have it controllable with, you know, inputs and stuff. Because right now it just kind of shows, and then if I exit out of it, it doesn't come back until editor restart. Okay. So the fact that order matters probably has to do with the attribute set. So let's go into the attribute set here. We have our card resources. We're saying, hey, here we're saying get current card energy attribute. Doesn't matter if new value equals that doesn't matter. Pre-attribute base change. That part doesn't really matter. Here, maybe? So let's see where we're setting current card energy to 0. Or is it because we're setting current card energy to max energy in some places? So let's put a breakpoint there, just to see. Because that's the first place where we're seeing a 0. Okay, so we were right there. So maximum energy. And new value is greater than. But yeah, that's current card XP. So that's good. So it's more of, I keep confusing myself with the XP version and just like the holistic version of a card energy. So where am I setting current card energy? There's this. No. Let's just start from the beginning. So we get to here. So somewhere down here, this is the current card energy, right? But that's the problem. So if get current card energy equals get maximum energy, because now they're both 0. So I think what I need to do is, I could be undoing some stuff, I don't know. So if get current card energy, so I don't think that's that. I think I want to say data dot evaluated data dot, is it new value or data dot evaluated spec dot spec? No. I should be able to get the information, no? No. Attribute, maybe it's magnitude? It's magnitude of float value? Yes. So if data.evaluate data.magnitude equals gets max energy card, then we do that. Maybe that's better. Because at this point, magnitude won't be 0 because I'm setting it to 2. Let's do a spicy reload on that and see what happens. All right. Like, I feel like this is going to be correct, but I've been wrong before. And always the live coding, the reload, it always takes the longest on the first try here. So there we go. Okay, so still empty. So let's hit this. Maybe magnitude is not the value I'm looking for. So we'll go down. The magnitude is 2, and maximum energy. Okay, so that's actually good. But why? Is it still 0? Yeah, it's still 0. So here I'm setting current card energy as well. Between 0 and get max card energy. So that's also the problem. Because max energy is 0. By that time, because so maybe order is just inevitable. Maybe I can do a tertiary operator here. Or order just matters. Hard to say. I don't know what you guys think. Like, are we okay with maximum needing to be defined before current in order for that to work? Or should there be ways to ensure we catch that? We got the kitty again. Hey, Bobo. Fudge. Fudge, Bobo. Fudge. You guys will get to see Lola, aka Boo Boo. He's a cute kitty, arguably the cutest kitty ever. She loves hugs. She loves kisses. I think she likes long walks on the beach. Oh my god, Boo Boo, did you get tail in my drink? Boo Boo. Hope you enjoy the ASMR of her rubbing against the microphone. So maybe I can have fail-safes potentially here, where I don't clamp. But maybe there's going to be cases where, you know, max energy, like for gameplay purposes, maybe max energy can drop to 0. Unless I can pass along like a tag that says that's initialization, and then we check it, and you know then we can do it, or we just live with the initialization order. I don't know. You know, part of me says if it works, it works. Other part tells me that this is a cute kitty. Boo Boo, did you know that you're on Twitch right now? Getting kitty hair all over the keyboard. Okay, maybe we can be okay with these things. I'm not. I don't know. But now we have to manage other extreme behaviors of this UI, because I do want this resource to be pretty volatile, because you're using these things, you're using the energy. Cards could increase the passive or active gains from it. Cards and enemy behaviors could reduce the current slots, or reduce the maximum slots, or reduce the passive gain, or just do a strange behavior like that, right? So we'd have to try to start getting the edge cases working too with the UI. So I want to first... I first want to test... All right, I gotta stop kissing the cat. I want to test how it behaves where, as it's progressing, I increase the card energy to like 4. So you see how that breaks? Like the middle one. So we'd have to try to catch that edge case in UI. Oh, now the kitty is just laying here, attacking me. It's okay. We stand a cute kitty, right? So we have to see what that use case is. And that use case is when the current card energy increases, but we gotta say, like, is the... What is the use case? So just for the time being, let's not change anything with the XP. So we kind of just stay static, right? Ooh. This cat is so trusting. She's hanging halfway off the desk. Oh, yeah, so it does change on full. Which is interesting. Boo Boo. You gotta get off. I'm so sorry, Boo Boo. We love you. You gotta go. So again, talking about what the use case is. So say you gain a slot while the current monitored slot is not at 100%, right? That's the use case. So, so we're gonna say, hey, is new value greater than... Sorry, there's new value greater than old value? Yes, okay. Then we get percent. Or is it get progress? I have to get... What's it called? XP, right? So XP bar percent. Put a branch. So we're gonna say true. All right. So if the new value is greater than the old value, and then we say, hey, is this already less than this kind of thing? Then what we gotta say is get current card slot set the percentage. I guess first I can store this, like, so cached previous card energy XP. Maybe that's okay. Oh my god, why am I caching that? No, it's gotta be a float value. So let's cache it like this. New value, bam. And we pass it along like that. This goes here, this goes there. Then we can set percent. One. And we can go here. Or, okay, just for the sake of example. Let's just see if this works. It's gonna mess up other things. Like here's the progress bar, right? Maybe I need to make my passive gain slower. And then I could say 3. Yeah, no breaks. 4 breaks. And 2, we don't really handle that case yet. Things start to get pretty wonky. So what am I trying to say here? So when the new value is greater than my old value, right? So we say we're at 2, we get bumped up to 3. So I guess my heart can say that we would get to this breakpoint in that use case. We get here. So new value is 3, old value is here. And we say that so percent is at 0. Why? That part I don't understand too well. I can also get rid of this print. So our current card energy increases, right? It's never really printing. Oh, yeah, because we gotta wait till it fills up. I'm hoping it says 0. So and I think it's because we get down to here and we set it like this, right? Because it's through this that we set the next one up, right? Because this were maybe where this were like equals 1 comes in, but Let's just see what comes first. There. Let's see. Okay, so this. Hey, did something break? Not sure. So it seems like it never gets to 1. Maybe that's because of these comparisons here. Yeah, we always say if new card XP equals that. Yes. Let's print the new value. So it should be like 10, 20. Does it ever get to 100? No. But I think that's part of the problem. Is that as soon as it gets greater than or equal to. So I think say this. And maybe all of our problems will magically disappear. Or things will get a lot worse. So let's just confirm what happens there. Fingers crossed, chat, that this will work. So let's see. What I'm expecting is to see 100 now. Let's see if that's the case. 100. Yes. Okay, so that's the better behavior, I think. Hey, Maya Holden from Kick. How's it going? I'm doing good. We're just about actually wrapping up the stream for today. But at least we made some progress with our UI, so we are getting there. So in theory, this may work now. I doubt it. We'll just look at it and then we'll try to call it a night, maybe. Let's go here. Let's go to our Mac. Let's go to our current card energy. So yeah, that didn't work immediately because yeah, it doesn't update correctly. So maybe false goes down here as well. Let's just see if that fixes that random error. So we have the bar filling up, reaches 100, and resets back to 1. But yeah, something's wrong with this logic. We're gonna have to figure out why. Let's think about it for 5 minutes. So, like, what do I want to have? I can see your chats, yeah. I can see it. I don't know. Kick stream's weird, so I don't know if I'm actually live or not. It's so confusing. Did you have to integrate gas into IMGUI, or is it a compatible plugin? It's compatible. You don't really have to do any. Like, the only kind of integration I had to do, I guess I'll show you a little bit of the code. And I'll upload it to the GitHub soon. But yeah, the only thing I really had to do is when you select the character in that dropdown. Where's the dropdown one? So we cache all the pawns, we get it into a list, and we draw it. I guess it's in the draw GUI here. Show window. Yeah, here. So if begin combo, we get all the things. We select go over all the pawns. Then we see if it's a selectable pawn. And if it is, we initialize the ability system component from it. And then from here, we're listening to the attribute change stuff and filling out the data that would be then drawn by the main table. Maya Holden, I can see you. I could see your chatting if that's what you're asking. But yeah, Kick is not that great. And I don't know if I'm actually streaming there or not. But I can see the chat in my chat box here. So yeah, thinking out loud again. For the next 2 or 3 minutes. So again, if our current card energy, yeah, I've got to think loud as fuck. So if the new value is greater than the old value, right? So we type in 4. We're currently at 3. Then we say, hey, let's get the current progress of 3. Is it less than 1? Yes. That's where I would do something like this, no? Like, do we get to this breakpoint in that use case? So if I were to set current to 4, that broke all hell. So let's try again. We have my card energy emitter, right? Let's just make my progress gain like 2 instead of 10, just so I have time. Look at the UI. So my current one is 2, right? So if I change this to 3, I get to here, right? So when I manually change it, it seems like I also get this number, and it's a strange number. So I think that might also be a problem within the attribute set, because I believe when we do set current card energy, do I reset anything? I don't. Well, at least I don't think so. So we get something like that. Get something like that. We get something like that. Set current card XP to new card XP. So it seems like I need to let me print out the current percentage in this use case. So I should get a number I don't know, like near 20%, right? Yeah, 0.22. So I am getting that right number. So at that point, I set that percentage. And then I should be able to then maybe bypass that. Let me just see if that'll work. And then I swear we'll call it a night. So I'm going to set this to 3. That looked better. I'm going to set this to 4. Yeah. It just doesn't seem like it happens instantaneously. So I think what I would have to do is now, so let me grab it like this. Set current, set XP, and then this would be the cached value. But yeah, this is all kind of a spaghetti mess, so we're going to clean that up eventually. So now this should feel instantaneous instead of waiting for the periodic tick with the gain. So I'm going to change this to a 3. Yes. Change this to a 4. Oh, yeah. Change this to a 4. Yes. So that behaves as you'd expect. So that's good. So we're going to have to do a lot of kind of cleanup in this logic. Because, you know, there's a lot of connections happening and don't really want to do that. We should store some stuff into maybe functions. Who knows? Or macros or something. But yeah, cool beans. We got some progress here today, so I'm happy about that. So thank you everybody for watching. It's all much appreciated. Sorry for not streaming as frequently. I'm kind of been tired these days, so I try to come on at least once a week. But I appreciate the support. So for those interested, make sure to join our Discord. It's a lot of fun there. Getting more people in there every day, chatting it up. Also, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube and to follow us on Twitch, of course, if you're not already there. So the IamGUI remembers the drag location restores, or you can fix pin it somewhere. Yeah, you probably. I'm not super familiar with IamGUI. I'm trying to learn as I go, so I don't know exactly what's possible, what's not. Because yeah, it kind of remembers everything, and like I'd like to make some hub UI, you know, and I could just turn on gameplay attributes, and then this comes up, and blah blah blah. If I need to do stuff for abilities or something like that. But yeah, thanks guys so much for watching. We don't have many people watching, so we won't raid anybody. So enjoy your night, and I'll see you soon.